Alright, welcome back to another episode with Paradox the Rapper, your favorite DIY YouTube rapper. Here I have Myke's SC300 with a 2JZ in it. It's freaking awesome. This thing's running about 900 something horsepower or so, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So on this episode, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to get this thing ready for wrap. You saw a little bit of the body work that's needed in the last episode. I'm going to do the full-on sanding and body work in order for me to be able to lay down the wrap without any issues. So stay tuned for that. We're going to show you how this is done. Okay, here we go. So before we get a closer look into this, we're going to give my cars some clout. Over here I got the Spider just chilling with its nice holographic wrap. I just can't stop looking at this thing. I got to redo some stuff on that blue MR2, and then over here my busted red MR2 is not running well, leaking fluid, and then my 240 needs work, but the VR4 is looking extra clean. It's 100%. Now I just need to do some interior work, and then it'll be totally ready for show. Yeah, so let's go over here and have a look at this beauty. Holy shit. Man, Myke sure made his car look hella good. It's just so different. I love the way the nose kind of just goes straight down. Oh, that kit is so awesome. And then the side skirts are really dope too. It's in like it's a regular side skirt with a splitter that looks like it's part of the side skirt. Up close and personal, you can see all the texture on this material. So yeah, that's all going to translate into the wrap, especially stuff like that. If it was my car, I would grind this down. So we'll see how it goes. Up here, you know, there's just a little bit of like overage, so I'm gonna clean that up. Hopefully we'll see how it goes, and then, like, you know, little imperfections like that will show up in the wrap, so all needs to be sanded. Once again, rough ridge needs to be sanded as well. But so overall the whole car needs to be sanded except for the roof. And up here on the roof, I'll just need to sand this part here, and it should be good to go. I do have some concerns about whether or not the paint under this was sanded when this was done, because I don't want to lay the wrap on and the wrap peel this stuff off. I'm not sure if this is primer or what, but you know, things like this, you can just shave that off with some sandpaper. Anyhow, looking good. Let's get started. was fun. It's starting to get dark. This part had some kind of glazing putty on it or something like that, but it was rough, so I sanded it down, but then it ended up being kind of wavy. I can feel it right here that it's wavy. So I'm gonna put some primer on this, couple good coats, and I'm gonna sand it smooth so it's no longer wavy, and I'll test some wrap on it just to see. So down here, I try to make the body line kind of meet the door a little better by just sanding some of this off, but then I noticed that there's a hole right here. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with this. I don't want to wrap over the hole. Maybe I'll shave it off some more under here with some more sanding and then cut it off right where the hole is, or I'll fill it up with Bondo. I think if I cut off where the hole is, it would actually make the body line meet a lot better, and then I'll sand this down or fill this in with some Bondo, and then I gotta smooth this out. Okay, down here there's some goo, and then I guess I can just sand that off, and then that should be good. The rest of the door is super smooth now. You can barely hear anything when I'm rubbing on it, so it feels really nice. And once it feels nice to the touch, that's when you can wrap it over here. This probably needs a little more sandpaper, but it's feeling better now. There's a little difference. There's cracks in the stuff, but the wrap should be able to cover it. I want to go over all the cracks and stuff like that, just so that I have a record that it's there and it wasn't caused by me. This I still need to sand. I haven't done the back. My phone ran out of battery, so I stopped. Yeah, down here I cleaned this up a little bit just because it's kind of wavy. Let's see, down here there's big ass holes. Look at that. There's this, there's that one, and there's that one. So this will translate to the wrap as bubbles, and I don't want to be blamed for bubbles, of course. Oh, look at that. There's like a little thing here. I'm gonna cut that off, but I'm gonna sand this some more and then fill up with Bondo, and that should solve my issues. Up here there's some cracking going on. Like there's that, but it's now smooth. There's these cracks. Feel a little bit of a difference in the texture, so we'll see. Down here everything looks pretty good, except, once again, this body panel doesn't really meet with that one, but a little bit of sanding from me did help a little bit. Then you got a crack right there, so we'll see if I feel like working on that anymore. I definitely don't want to mess up the work that's already been done here and make it crack or whatever it is. And yeah, right here too, look at this big old crack. But the wrap should cover all that up. I'll hit it with some more sand and test some wrap on it. Let's see, the front, this is all good. The door is feeling real smooth. This is smooth. This is smooth except some dust on it. The hood, yeah, there's some like weird scratches on the hood. So right here, so there, this, you can feel it. You can feel this gash, and I might sand that down to the gash bottom. We'll see. I don't want to make a big divot. This one's a pretty deep ass hole. So Bondo, no, primer, filler primer, that would do the trick. Okay, I'm gonna throw the primer on, and then I'll continue this in the morning after the primer's dried. This, once again, is what I use. The self-etching from Home Depot. Okay guys, it's the next day. Here's what I did. So first off, we can start at the front. The hood, I don't know how well the wrap is gonna wrap into these vents. When you cut out the wrap right here, it might end up being short when you try to fold it into there. So if the vents are not white, even if you're a little short, it won't show any white, you know what I'm saying? Then I can probably do it in one piece. Otherwise, I would have to definitely do it in multiple pieces every time this thing dips down. So we'll see how that goes. But that's just a trick to hide the white. Here I got some primer on this little
thing, and then right there the scratches and stuff like that. So once I sand the primer, see right there, this scratch line. Once I sand that primer, it should be filled up. So we'll see how that goes. On this side, primer here, some primer here. I clean up all these edges because there was some hanging like Bondo stuff. Similarly, I blended this so that this feels totally smooth. I painted door handle black because when you wrap in door handles, some stuff will show like way under there. So if you paint it black, then when you wrap it whatever color, nothing will show. That's a trick. Here I lined up his body lines. So to be fair, when you do a big old like molded fender like this, wide body kit, you know, you gotta put a lot of stuff on there. So this wasn't a finished product apparently, so that's why the body lines were off. So I just ended up going ahead and just shaving it off with some sandpaper. Very easy for me to just get rid of stuff that's already there. Building it up, that's a whole nother story. I haven't tried that yet, but maybe I will soon. As soon as I figure out what kind of stuff that this was used. This I'm guessing it was fiberglass and a whole lot of it. So anyhow, I ended up sanding it down, but there was a little bit of like a deviation inside once you got deeper. So there's some gaps. So I rebondoed it and then I filled up the gaps. So that's looking good now. I'll just sand that Bondo and then run some primer and then it'll be ready for wrap. But I know that Myke was very annoyed by the fact that those didn't line up. And it still doesn't 100% line up, but it looks better. It looks better. So that's kind of like how I like it. I don't want to put wrap on stuff that won't look good. So I'll do what I can if I can do it. Oh, here I did some more because just to up the little deviations in the gaps. So I'll sand all that down smooth again. The Lexus symbols, I filled up all those holes with Bondo. Then you just sand it smooth and you're good to go. Over here, painted the gas thing all black. It's a little dirty. I just gotta get rid of all this sanding stuff. But the reason why I do that is because it's so deep in there that when you look deep inside, you'll see it. So if you can paint it black, you should, even after it's wrapped. And they can do whatever they want with it after when they want to peel it off. Over here, I smooth all that out so you don't see any a difference in the texture. So I did the same thing on the other side. There's some cracks right here. I ended up you know, just bondoing the cracks. I don't know how well that will hold, but at least it won't show on the wrap. Down here as well, I try to even this out. So this side's a little tougher than that side, just because it was kind of shaped weird. So when I got down low, it ended up being kind of once again like some gaps and stuff like that. So refilled it with Bondo, and I'll sand it up again once it's all completely and shaped, and I sculpt it to how I like it. I'll primer it and then we'll resand. Down here, this thing is also painted black again. I just throw another coat on there just because all the sanding particles got dirty, but mainly it's just to hide all the little white parts. Up here, sanded all this smooth, and then did this as well. Okay, that's about it. So up here I have some peeling paint as well, and I started sanding it, but then just more started peeling, so it went all the way out to there. But that should be smooth now. We'll see once I test the wrap on it. And then stuff like this right here, you can see like all that, but it's been cleared over, so it feels smooth. So I think that's okay. Right here on the roof, there were some deviations. I put a lot of primer on there, and I'm gonna sand it smooth with a block. I am just about ready to lay down the wrap, so I'll do the finishing touches, do a quick walk around, show you guys the final product, and then we'll do the wrap video. Finally ready to lay down the wrap. So right here, I just need to hit it with some more paint. But basically when the car got done, all of this has primer and stuff all over it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna try to scrape all this out, and you will definitely see this show through after I wrap it, so it's gonna look gnarly. I'm gonna tape off right here like that, and then I'm gonna spray paint this portion black with some black paint like this. And back here you can see a little bit of rust. I sanded some of it off, but when there's no paint covering metal that's been worked here before, you see a little bit of rust starting to develop. So like down here, I'm gonna spray paint this whole section black. Okay, when they go and repaint the whole thing, they're gonna have to strip it all down and then redo the door jambs and all that shit. So in the meantime, we're gonna protect that from rusting, and it will look good for the wrap, because when you close the door, you won't see a difference in color. Similarly, over here, all this stuff is good. I have to do the same thing on the other door. There's rust and stuff like that too. Let's see, but back here, this is nice and bondoed up. So these holes are filled up, and then this has been primered over. I gotta clean that up a little more, but right here, that's clean. And then this is ready to go. This is ready to go. This over here, I gotta wait for it to dry. There's some weird fluctuation in the material, so when I'm sanding it, the part that's upraised, it just won't sand away, but the part that's under it will. Not sure what's going on. Maybe I'll throw some more Bondo just to even that out. I'm gonna try to even up this line a little bit too, just because I'm trying to line it up with this, and yeah, it's a lot of sanding. But over here, same thing on this door. Gotta spray paint all of that, as well as get rid of all this rust right here. So we're gonna spray paint that with black paint, and then when they go to paint it, they'll figure that out. Okay, up here, smooth. So no more fluctuation, not that I can really feel. You won't notice that, and then when they fix it, they fix it. More black paint here. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks to Myke for trusting me with this awesome ride. I'm gonna lay down the wrap on the next episode. If you're interested in having me do your wrap, do the body work first or have a shop do it for you. I can only do it so well. I'm just a wrapper, I'm not a body shop. So I can still do it, but it's gonna cost you a little extra, and I can't promise you it'll be perfect. So like always, send me a picture, DM me on Instagram, and tell me the color that you want, and we'll get you set up. So until next time, guys, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the stuff that I've done on this car. If you got tips for me on how to do body work, let me know. I'll catch you guys later.